be always acceptable in your sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Please be seated. Now, if I could just stand still right here without moving, if my arms come out, I might almost be comfortable. I finally found a place where, like, the fan is coming directly, but you know, that's not going to happen. But I do have to say, you have hope, because I have learned this summer, the hotter it is, the shorter my sermon. And it's been so bad that one of the churches up north that I sometimes serve, it has been so bad every Sunday, and I'm going to be there next Sunday. I have declared to them that if it is like this another Sunday with them, I'm going to get the message. And I'm not going to be there. I would go anyway. In today's epistle, first of all, you know that I'm kind of just chuckling in delight over the news of this past week. I mean, what could be better than for the liars to start having to confess to their lies in court before the world? And so when I read and put on the armor of God in the very first one, after something I heard last week about truth, what is truth, put on the armor of God, and the very first one is, I lost my place, but it's truth, right? Yeah. Take up the whole armor of God so that you may be able to withstand on that evil day, and having done everything, stand firm. Stand therefore and fasten the belt of truth around your waist. We have lived for, 18 months in a country that has been listening to the idea that truth is not truth. That truth depends on who's saying it. That my truth can be different than your truth, and we can both be truthful, even if they are opposite sayings. Nonsense. Nonsense to anyone who thinks. Nonsense to anyone who cares. But I also have to say the times we are living in are also a product of the last 20 years or so that we have been living in. And during my time at the bookstore, in spite of an owner who I disagree with on everything political, I've managed to find a few books to the point at which I think I may be called to, we need to start a book discussion group here and reach out into the community and bring people in to discuss some of these books, because they are dealing, the books I've been reading, are dealing with how did we get to where we are and what do we need to move forward. One of the ones two that most struck me, one was Madeleine Albright's, who was a former Secretary of State, her book on fascism. And I have to confess, I haven't gotten to the end. But the first 4 chapters are the clearest explanation and give me the clearest history and understanding of how fascism has arisen throughout the world. She traces it in Germany and Italy, in her own Slovakian nation, whichever that is. And I think we all need to read to understand that, because the social issues and the social injustices that allowed those nations to experience that are very much like the social issues and the social injustice of our own times. The second book is by Robert Reich, called The Common Good. And it is a short little book, not even 100 pages, and the book isn't even this big. It's about half of the size of this piece of paper, so it's easily read. But what he's talking about, and what he does a great job again, historically, is showing us that as a nation, we've always understood there is a common good that may supersede our personal good, but that ultimately will lead us to a better place than just our personal good. And that we have lost him. And he traces the ethics or lack thereof of various companies, the me movement, meaning not the Me Too, but just the me movement, that everything is about me, and which you can see in as simple a situation as the rise in the suburbs of, associations where people live, they pay for their own plowing of the roads, et cetera, and say they love it because they aren't paying city taxes, and then complain when they leave their neighborhood because the roads are terrible. Not understanding that if they only maintain their own little enclave of roads, they can't go very far. And we are a nation that has been busy doing that, maintaining our own little enclave, presuming there's somebody else somewhere that's going to take care of the big picture. And then we wonder, when we leave our little enclave, why our wheels get destroyed and why it takes so long to get anywhere else. And so I would recommend his book, The Common Good. Our readings today contain some of my favorite little phrases. And my favorite is, and I realize I'm skipping around, but that's life. Sometimes. My favorite is the story in all of today's gospel. First of all, what was the problem in today's gospel? Why did the disciples start to leave from following Jesus? What was the hard teaching? $64,000 question. Eat my flesh. Christians would be condemned as cannibalists because of this passage in the Gospel of John. Because people took it literally and said, oh, those Christians, they must be killing people and eating their flesh. And even the good religious people, because it tells us that Jesus is speaking this in the synagogue, even the most devout people were having trouble understanding he did not mean literally killing people and eating their flesh. He meant you are completely, totally, entirely dependent on me. And as you learn and accept your dependence on me, I feed you and give you the strength to be the person God meant you to be in the world. And finally, Jesus says to his 12 disciples, well, what about you guys? You want to leave? I love Simon Peter's answer because it's my answer. All too often. Because basically what Peter is saying is, I sure would love to leave you, Jesus. Like, you confuse me, you embarrass me, you challenge me, you make me get out of my comfort zone. I would love to leave you. But you, I believe, have the words of eternal life. You are the Son of God. You are the Savior of the world. And if I'm honest with myself, that is most often my stance in this world is, Jesus, I sure don't understand what you're about, and I sure don't like it, and I don't feel like speaking out, and I don't feel like doing anything. But gosh, I believe in you, and so I have to. I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to get out of my enclave. I have to rub shoulders and interact with people that I might not choose to rub shoulders and interact with, so that I can be your servant, and so I can see that the world is a wonderfully made place with all sorts and conditions, each of whom is of infinite value and importance to you. And so, I often feel just like Simon Peter. And I think a lot of us do. Jesus promises to nourish, support, direct, and guide us so long as we stay connected. When we get too busy, too distracted, too worried, too frightened, too successful, we lose our way. But we learn to put on the belt of truth, and we learn to come and be fed and supported by our Lord, so that we may share and proclaim the truth to all the world.